I am Marlene Gregor, and I have been asked to say a few comments about this wonderful organization called Women to Women. And I'd like to say that I have two parts to talk to you about this. And one is why I joined, and what it's like being a member, and a little bit about the assessment of it along the way. Well, first of all, what caused me to join? I believe I got a brochure in the mail, and like all other duns, you start to pitch them away. But this particular brochure lit up my eyes because it had women who I knew. They were local people. They were women I had been in organizations with. They were the members of the it's called Distinguished Women in McLean County, of which I was one. And so I thought, why are these women on this brochure and what are they supporting? So it caused me to read on in the brochure, and I saw some good things I liked. Yes, they wanted my money, but it was for local organizations, and some of it, or many of it, were with children, which was my heart's desire since I was a mother and an elementary teacher. Well, there was good philanthropies that they chose too, and I liked the process of how they chose them, and that they were done in a very professional and rightful way, with proposals and then a review and then a presentation. Well, after I saw this well-conceived brochure, I read on, and then I decided to notify them, and I was taken to an orientation meeting, and we were in a group of a large women assembly, and there were a lot of my buddies, and I thought, this is even getting better. A lot of people are believing in this organization. It's certainly something for me to look for and to really consider. So we were given a very transparent idea of where our money was going, and I love that. And it was going to be used locally, and it was going to have some kind of evaluation and so forth. And so they also had a very well designed plan of all this. So I thought again about one other aspect. We are all asked to give a lot of money here and there, and so I have thought, if I back up on some other things, I could put more money in here because I might get some tax relief. Because when you deliver your different form to the CPA and he says, how much donation did you give? I wonder if it's enough to get a tax write-off. Well, when I saw the bottom line that they wanted $3,000, I said, whoa, that's a lot for my savings. But maybe it's going to be worth it because my money is going to be working, as I said, locally, and some of it with children, and there is an evaluation of it to know the effectiveness of it. So I got my pen out and I signed up, and I became a charter member, of which I'm proud to be. What is it like to be a member? Well, one thing this organization does, they have some pretty good parties, and we all meet at the Hancock Stadium, and there are hundreds of us women all together that have given this money. And another thing they did that I liked, they didn't just use my money as a cash to give out, they use it in a foundation where they only use what the interest occurred. And so my money is keeping working and working and working, and that is invaluable. So that's another positive about this organization. And then you see all these other women that did the same, and you say, hey, we have a force behind us, and it's a motherly force, a woman force that I wanted to be a part of and happy that I was. Well, at this meeting, they had the presentations of the recipients of the grants. Now, I know something about grants because I wrote grants and got grants, and I read grants for the state of Illinois, for the Department of Education in their science area, and I knew what it took to present a good product to be analyzed and accepted. And I thought, they've gone through all this, these must be very worthy endeavors, or they wouldn't give the money to them. Now that's important. And they also have the people right there. You could talk to them, you could ask them questions, and it became just a wonderful atmosphere there at our meeting. And so with the results being reported, it made me feel good that my money was going to a source that I wanted it to, and it was working. So I feel a proud member of this organization, and I have told people that I think they ought to consider joining, and I'm happy to say I think I signed up a couple of people in the process. So that's my experience, and it's still ongoing because I still give a little money once in a while to my major contribution. So thank you for listening to my experience.